Working with the BIOS. To activate the BIOS, you have to press the BIOS key. Usually this key differs from manufacturer to manufacturer. The most common ones are F1, F2, and delete, or DEL. The most important feature of the BIOS is the boot sequence. This is useful because it can change from which device the computer is going to boot, and it's also especially useful when you want to install a new operating system and you need that your CD-ROM or DVD-ROM to be the first boot device in the boot sequence. We're going to change the CD-ROM drive to the first boot device in the sequence. In order to do this, we have to press the Shift key and hold it, and the plus sign next to the delete sign on the keyboard, and it moves up. If you want to move it down, you release the Shift key and you press the minus sign, and it moves it down. We have moved the CD-ROM to the first device in the boot sequence to install Windows XP. To save the settings, you just have to press F10 and you will get the following message, which is asking you to save and confirm. Press enter and you should be on your way. Press any key to boot off CD or DVD. Windows is loading files. Here you have to select the language, time and currency format, and the keyboard. Since we're in the United States, we're going to leave them as they are. For the rest of you out there, change these settings based on your country codes. Click the Install Now button and follow through. Read the entire license and accept the license terms. There's two options here, one to upgrade and one to install a custom installation. The custom installation is to install Windows on a clean computer. If you already have Windows installed on your computer, then you have to select upgrade. Not all Windows upgrades work. We're going to select the custom installation and we're going to have to partition the hard drive. Partitioning the hard drive is very simple in Windows 7. As you can see, we have a hard drive that's 40 gigabytes. Its name is disk 0. You can have a secondary hard drive and the name would be disk 1. If you would have a third one, the name would be disk 2, and so on. You can also have multiple partitions on the same hard drive. This is usually when you have a computer that it's created by a manufacturer and it comes with dual partitions or more. The second partition is usually the recovery partitions, and it helps you to recover your computer in case of a disaster. We can create dual partitions here right at the beginning of the setup, and I'm going to show you how. Just select the drive options, the advanced drive options, and you have the ability to create new partitions, and you can select the size of the partitions, and then after you have clicked apply, the partition is created. But the changes are not committed to the drive until you click next. So we're not going to create any custom partitions here. This is just for you to understand how partitioning works. So we're going to let setup select the entire space of the hard drive as we click next. So I'm going to cancel out of here and I'm just going to click next as disk 0 is selected. Now Windows is going to create the partitions on its own and is going to copy the files. Here we have to create the username and the computer name. I'm going to type user as the username, if I can type, and I'm going to leave computer name as user PC. Just click next. For the password, you're going to select test. We're going to confirm test, and for the password hint, we're going to select hint. Click next, and the product key. Here I'll have to pause the video because I cannot show you the product key. In this screen, use the recommended settings. Change the time settings or verify the time settings. I'm going to select -5 hours Eastern Time, US and Canada. Click next, and welcome to Windows 7 Ultimate. So one little trick that we have to do is change the desktop settings. So we're going to personalize, go to display, go to change display settings, and I'm going to change from 800 by 600 to 1280 by 720. This is the resolution 720p, and this was going to increase the screen to full size. Apply. It's going to ask us if we want to keep the settings. We're going to keep the settings, and now it's going to show us that the resolution, if it's below 1024 by 768, some of the items might not fit on the screen. We don't care. Alright, close the window, and voila, much better. I hope this was easy to understand, and I would like to thank you for viewing. See you next time.